Hello.
Yes.
Hello, you nampak tak apa yang I share tadi?
Nothing. We can see nothing.
Nothing. Okay. I buka balik lah. Tengok macam mana. Sekejap. Kenapa I tak boleh? Is it okay? Hello? Can you see?
Cannot.
We can see that you are presenting. I can see the meet. Can you try opening the?
Yeah. Now I open, and then you cannot see.
I can see that looking at our meet, at our Google Meet.
Oh, I see.
You try share the entire screen. Yeah, okay.
Okay, try to the entire.
Stop presenting, doctor, and then present again. When you present again, you pick entire screen.
Okay.
Or the slide, whichever that works.
Okay. The entire screen, huh?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, now can you see? Still cannot.
No, cannot. We are not seeing anything yet.
Okay. Share. Then can you see?
Boleh. No, okay.
Huh?
Yep.
Boleh.
Yeah,
Okay. This is the past year's question. This is in year 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. 2013 of questions. Okay. Can anyone read the question? English and Malay as original in the exam question. Okay. This is the diagram. Plan for acquisition for the project of IWK oxidation pond. Okay. When you see the word IWK oxidation pond, what do you think? Okay. You must now start thinking something. Hello?
Lower value.
Impact the value, because you must think about the clause, whether this is something that you need to consider or you need to consider. There's some, you know that the matters to be considered and matters to be neglected. Which one? This one fall under what? Okay. Okay, parts of Lot 359 and 457 have been gazetted under Section 8, Land Acquisition Act 1960 on 18 August 2013. Okay, you must now assume that we are in the year of 2013. For the project RWK Oxidation Pond, the descriptions of the acquisition are as follows. 359 and 47, 5 acres of land, 2.5 acres of land, acquisition area 4.25, almost all but not all, and this one half of the land taken, and then both are freehold, and then physical terrain is undulating, but pembangunan developments of crop on the lot is for the 359 permanent detached house constructed in February 2012 for a cost of 250,000. Other areas planted within 6 years oil palm, whereas only planted with 10 years oil palm for the 457. Okay, this is the transaction evidence. Lot 121, 133, 125, 10, 127, and 141. And then with the analysis of Hatter. Based on the above diagram and the sales evidence, based on the figure 2 and sales evidences above, determine the adequate compensation for your client with reference to the provision in the first schedule of land acquisition 1960. Okay. Okay, what you going to do to answer this kind of question? Hello, we start discussion now. Hello.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you zoom a little bit?
Zoom a little bit.
Yeah.
They cannot see clearly.
We can, but it's very difficult for us a little bit.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
How about now?
Good enough. Thanks, doctor.
Okay. Okay, what are you going to do with this kind of that? You going to value lot 359 and 457, both taken partly.
457 will have injurious affection for the loss of accessibility as well as the second layer.
Okay. What actually the sequence to answer of this discussion? You must have the sequence to answer the thing. What the first thing that you need to do?
Date of valuation.
Okay. First one, date of valuation. When?
Any date after 18 August 2013.
Section 8, gazetted date.
Oh, yeah. Valuation date.
Must be date of valuation 18 August 2013, isn't it? Okay. This is your declaration under Section 8 of Land Acquisition Act, isn't it? Okay, next.
Whether we want to value the building or not.
Okay.
Or the building cost.
Okay. You must put maybe factors to consider. And then the list that under the lot 359 is what?
359 is a building.
Whether building, if you see the diagram, only part of the building pattern, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, building. Okay, you must say building whether to compensate all building or only partly. Okay, then you make your decision whether you want to value the whole building or partly. Give your reason. Because say that the building is the building is suatu kekal, meaning that baru 1 tahun umur dia. What is your decision now? Hello?
Partly.
You just pay partly.
I think it depends if it's usable. If the acquisition will cause the remaining part of the building to not be usable, it will be.
Okay, then you're going to compensate the whole building, Nadia? Because you say that the remaining building is non-usable because of the partly going to demolish by the project, isn't it? Okay, and then what? Market value of the land, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Market value of the land meaning that you want to take as a pure agriculture or what?
Based on the category of land use of the acquire of the scheduler.
Yeah, I know. The land is agriculture land, but you know the surrounding is there is Tesco, Taman Indah surrounding.
Based on the zoning, because it's most likely will be zoned under commercial since the surrounding is the Tesco.
Okay. Now we're going to say that the based on zoning might be might be residential areas, but because of the Taman Indah only just because of Tesco there, and you still can see the oil palm next to the Tesco. Am I right? Should be the
Potential value.
Potential value. Okay. Based on the act, how to be successful in your claim as a potential value? What assumption that you need to meet because it's not in the question?
To get the information from the planning department according to section 9A.
Okay. Yes, you are right. But how are you going to say in your answer?
Just say that we have obtained the zoning plan from the local authority and
Yes,
issue is
brilliant. You must don't make your life difficult. You must say approval granted or whatever, and letter of permission granted from the Department of Planning. They just say something like that. Okay, what as for the 359? How about the remaining land of 0.2 should be 2.5 here?
Severance.
Okay, 5 tolak 0.75 kan?
Yes.
0.75 acres. What you are going to say about the remaining of 0.7 acres? Less than an acre.
Uneconomic.
Apa tu lah biar? Ada orang order capati ke?
Bukan saya.
Ha?
Was not me.
Not you, huh? Okay. What you going to say about 0.5? Uneconomic? Why you say that uneconomic or need to be retained by the landowner?
Because it's less than 2 acre.
Less than 2 acres. Okay, less than 1 acre even. 0.75 acres only.
Even less than 1 acre. So it's
Then,
uneconomic and
is
difficult to develop.
Is it enough justification to say less than 1 acre is uneconomic?
Maybe not economic, not optimal to develop.
What happened to your part of the building? Because based on the law, the government only demolished half of your building. Then what going to happen until another half? Stay like that or what?
Total, you mean the building affected, is it?
Yeah, because the building only partly acquired.
In this case, we need to, like Lavinia got said just now, we need to check whether the partly affected buildings, whether it affects the whole function of the building or not. So in this case, since the land is like agriculture, most probably that one is like probably maybe residential or manufacturing.
Yeah, okay, this is not about that. You must make decision. In whatever you do in the exam, you must make your decision. What is your decision?
Compensate whole. Compensate whole.
Okay, I agree. You compensate whole because the remaining parts cannot be used anymore as a complete building. Okay, but are you going to ask the government to demolish all the building or just the part that affected?
Maybe demolish all. Demolish all because the remaining part it cannot be used. So no point for us to left it there.
Okay. Demolish all. Okay. Any other view? Because in this question, I will base on your assumption and your argument. But if your argument is reasonable, I can accept it.
Doctor,
no straightforward schema for this one.
Doctor, just now since we mentioned we value based on the potential value of the property, then can we straight away neglect the value of building?
Can, because that's why I want to hear. Also, that's why I say that can be you are the one to design your answer. But the basic principle I have to follow. But if you going to value as the land as a Tesco land area, for example, land value, the building cannot be compensated, otherwise double counting. If you going to value the building, compensate the building, then we should value as a agriculture with a small potential. Is that the answer is yours? I accept both in this kind of problem. Okay, Paham?
Yeah.
You are the one who to decide your answer, right or wrong, based on your justification and the whether that is reasonable or not against any law or any navigation law, national land code, as well as the valuation theory. Okay. Okay, now we move to 457. Okay. What conversation that you can, but you must also, when you discuss, you must also know which section that you refer to, which if you want to strengthen your answer, which court case, land reference cases that you refer to. Okay, then we talk about the potential. Potential, maybe you have to consider under the apa punya court case. Semua tu kena ada lah. Okay. And then how about 457? Only front part taken. The last the back part remain.
Injurious affection.
Okay, we say that the first one should be the market value kan?
Yes.
Market value of the land acquired. The second one in IA, injurious aggravation. Why injurious aggravation?
For 457, because it's lost its accessibility, and then first layer become to second layer. So maybe 10%, 20% shall be given in accordance with the market value of the schedule land.
How about the market value of the front land? Is it agriculture oil palm?
Should we take into consideration of the potential value?
What potential? The best potential for that one?
Because just now we said about the land, we can assume it as commercial. So for the front land, we do the valuation based on the zoning of commercial.
Okay. How about the remaining one? Because you still own the remaining land. IA also affected on the remaining. The project is for the IWK oxidation pond, meaning that is it the value for the remaining land is dropped, or the landowner suffer the entire life of not bad project is in front of his in front of his land, his remaining land.
I think in this case for the oxidation thing we have to prove that because it is a very speculation thing.
Okay.
So we cannot prove that actually the oxidation there will directly affect the land value. So for me, I won't take into consideration the oxidation. I will just take into consideration of the accessibility and the decrease in market value when the land gets smaller.
Okay. In the real market, are you going to buy land just very side by side with the oxidation pond?
Actually, no lah.
Okay. I agree with the IA oxidation pond. Okay. Jurisdiction only due to loss of access. Yeah. Huh?
Yes, and then adjust the first layer to second layer because I just now using the MK continue.
First layer now become second layer.
Yes.
Okay. Then the remaining land still owned by the same owner should be considered because of the oxidation point.
If according to first schedule section 3D, is there any depreciation in the value of the remaining land resulted from the acquisition proposed should not be considered.
Okay, we cannot consider even though the values drop due to the project, but you cannot consider because the law say no.
Yeah.
All the ingredient must be have in your answer, and then some more. Then you take the reasonable comparable given to you, and then you start value. Okay. And then at the end of the day, you must establish whether the market value of 359 for the land and 457 is the same or not the same. That's your choice also. If the same, you give the reason. If not the same, you must also give the reason why. Okay. This question is considered because this question is not the full question. This is only part A of the question, or the part B of the question, because I found that this question quite easy to handle. It's simple question. Are you agreeing with me that it's easy to handle? Hello?
I will say no.
No.
Not really.
Not really.
Nobody will accept, I think.
Huh?
Nobody will agree, I think.
Okay. Because after the end of the day, it's not about the every answer is right if you can justify and can give evidence to me that the compensation should be like this. Because no standard answer for land acquisition in the paper. It's based how you design the answer. But must be followed based on the triangle or the adequate possession. You know the triangle or the adequate possession, do you remember? You must look into the valuation theory, you must look into land acquisition act, also you must look into what? Court case punya previous court case punya evidence. Yeah? Okay. Boleh?
Okay.
Bila you nak untuk pilih this, you kalau you ada di sini dia diberi 2, 4, 6, 7 7 comparables kan? Betul? 2,
6.
4, 6. Kalau you dalam you buat valuation dalam exam you ambil berapa?
Exam.
3?
3.
3 comparable. Then you decide. Yeah.
I think you need to choose the suitable comparable first. See how many we got.
Which one the suitable?
Doctor, can you go in front of the question because I lost on the details of the lots.
Okay.
The particulars, the table. Okay. Oh. Okay.
And then now
Doctor, I think I will choose the agriculture one, the category of land use.
and then the one with
Dia ada di sini, you tengok ada pertanian, ada bangunan, ada industri, ada bangunan, ada pertanian. You nak pilih yang mana?
I first will choose one with freehold first.
Yeah, freehold, okay. Freehold one to one comply the freehold. 133 freehold by Malay reservation. 125 freehold. The number 10, 99 years. 127, 99 years. And then 141 is a freehold with Malay reservation. Okay, kalau you maknanya you akan ambil freehold dulu, kena ambil 121 lah, 125. Itu sajalah kan. Lepas tu sebab lain tu freehold tapi Malay reservation.
Yep.
Boleh ambil tak?
Not suitable because market value is lower. And then the one
Then you end up with only 121 and 125 only.
maybe
That
the,
one, 125 is the building.
maybe the leasehold one with 99 years we assume that it's the remaining term still left 99 years, then maybe can take as comparable also.
Yeah, but still it's whole. It's not as good as freehold.
Okay.
We can do it. I think we can do adjustment on it. Do adjustment on it.
Do the adjustment on it. Because the difficulty of this kind of question is the first one is to consider the what actually the factor to be considered, not to be considered, whatever. After that, you got the list for the both land. Then you have to choose the comparable, and then you must adjust the comparable. Sometimes the comparable only one suitable. Then how about the others? Okay, in this context, you tengok dekat sini ya, harga seekar per acre ya, after analysis. How come bangunan 100,000 per acre, whereas the freehold agriculture 250,000 per acre? The sale also funny, isn't it? Tapi you tak boleh kata funny dalam exam. You cannot say that apalah Dr. Ain'ni buat soalan buat funny sales evidence ni. You cannot say like that. Tak logik kan? Kalau you tengok bangunan 100,000 per acre, and then building agriculture 250,000 per acre. Ini to show that the point that yang siapa Lee Guan kata tadi, you kalau value potential land, you tak boleh bayar
Building.
bangunan. Because you dah bagi 250,000 seekar. Kalau you bayar bangunan tu as a bangunan 100,000, then maybe boleh lah. That is why the argument is like that. All evidence have reasons. Don't say that I made a mistake. Kalau you just tengok macam ni, this is mistake. Sure mistake. Been done. Ya tak, betul tak? Lepas tu tiba-tiba you tengok pula industri suddenly shoot up to 400,000 per acre. And then another evidence show that 137, the building should be fetched 220,000. And then and then you tengok 141 pula, agriculture is 80,000 per acre. Looks like that is the value of the agriculture, 80,000. But why lot 121 is 250,000 per acre? Tanya. Because you tengok 141 pula, agriculture is 80,000 per acre. That is looks like that is the value of the agriculture, 80,000. But why lot 121 is 250,000 per acre? Tanya.
250,000
and then supported by lot 133, 200,000 per acre, but slightly low just because of the Malay reservation. Okay, you must also evaluate and study the the transaction pattern. Not only just come up with the value and then like that. Okay, there's this kind of question is a lot of thinking. No straightforward one. Betul kan?
Doctor, we are like don't know how to answer.
You should know how to answer.
Uh,
This is the only comparison method.
yeah.
You have discussed, you have asked so many questions in the moot court last week. I enjoy your listening to your moot court.
Doctor, how about if we choose the wrong comparable, like we are not choosing the best one if compared to other friends?
To me, no valuers choose the wrong comparables. It's how you translate your comparable and how you give a treatment to your comparable. Kalau gitu, you katalah dalam court case you yang valuer tu bagi 90% adjustment, itu salah lah kan? Tapi kenapa dia boleh berani pergi dekat court dengan 90% adjustments? Masa you learn a lesson lah dalam masa your court case tu. Semua case yang you buat moot court itu adalah case yang sebenarnya pergi ke mahkamah tau.
Doctor,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Hello? Yeah?
Yeah, Doctor, just wondering, like in the case, like let's say we say that we granted the approval from the city planning department saying that the scheduler is under commercial, and then when we choose like when we choosing the comparable, like Doctor just now say, we have to choose 121 and 125, which is the most probably is the suitable one. And then in this case, the category land use is the same, but the zoning is different. So is it?
Hello? Because the zoning, if you can see the diagram, this is only one evidence that commercial. Let's go. And then the other one is Taman Indah. Taman Indah definitely is perumahan, isn't it? Can be commercial, can be zoning, can be residential. But I would say it's more on the residential. Okay. But taking into consideration the sale evidence looks like I can say that 121 is located just this side maybe. But the floor is yours to discuss your question. But what I want to see in your answer, if you choose 121 as your evidence and then you give 250,000, maybe might be higher after the adjustment. Hello, can you hear me? Still following me?
Yes, doctor.
Then after that you give a compensation for the building, then I know that you don't know. Because you show to me your ignorance. Because you cannot let's say cannot really evaluate how the double counting can be happen. Understand? You might also can use the number 10. And then also number 137, but you must wait properly. Don't show to me that you, based on your answer, that you are lacking knowledge on something else. Must be consistent, you know. The difficulty of this question is to make decision, like you are the judge.
Doctor,
then-
so we are allowed to pick like only 3 comparable for our comparison method. No need to use all, right?
Only 3, ataupun kalau you nak to make sure that you know really the answer, that why 133, 125, 10 not suitable, you give justification lah. Why not suitable? Then I know that you are choosing the right one because they're the one that not suitable because of the first term. Or you just take 3 only, or just take 2 also can, take 1 also can. But if you take 1, meaning that you are not following the rule of thumb. But rule of thumb is not a law. If you can give me the only comparable that can be used in the comparison sheet, say only 1. The rest you just give suggestion. Why not? Why not? Why cannot? Why cannot? But you must have a very strong justification. Whatever you do, you must have justification.
Then, doctor, do we need to create the factors? Here only involve only 3 factors. So do we need like addition of the factor?
Whatever you think fit to strengthen your answer. I'm not saying that you must value this one must be agriculture, you must be because you must know the pattern of environment surrounding. Because lot 10 dia tunjuk dekat sini 10 kan, lot 10. Tapi suddenly for 100,000, you see, dia just behind this Tesco. Why behind Tesco tiba-tiba dijual dengan harga 400,000? Ni sales evidence tau. Tapi kategori dia industri. You pun ingat jalan masuk dia dekat mana, you ingat? What I can imagine is sejarah masuk is through Taman Indah. Tumpang Taman Indah punya jalan dan masuk. Because must be, otherwise cannot fetch up to 400,000 per acre. If I were you, I just mentioned that the special 400,000, this might be the buyer is Tesco for the further expansion. Tesco can be dia kena wholesale kan. Wholesale is gudang. Gudang sometimes fall under industry also. Sometimes. Can you follow me? Hello?
Can, doctor. Just we are afraid.
Oh, no. That's why I need to discuss with you the sample question. I'm worried that you're going to be shocked in this coming Monday. I don't want you to be shocked.
Okay, doctor. We already shocked now.
No, this is a straightforward and simple. Only not that straightforward lah. But you must be careful with the evidence given. But you can. The keyword is that you can design your own answer, and no answer is wrong. Whether the answer is strong, moderate, weak, or very weak. That's only the thing. No answer is wrong.
Okay, noted, doctor. We try our best.
The answer is super strong, moderate, weak, or very weak. That's all. No answer up to the level is wrong. You can make your answer very strong, or you can make your answer weak.
Doctor, I have one question. This one is like my conclusion actually. Let's say right now I value agriculture land with potential with zoning under let's say residential. But now all the comparable I have obtained is actually the category of land use of agriculture, as well as their zoning is also under agriculture. Like in the case I want value the potential value, but the comparable does not have the zoning which under residential. Can we ourselves sendiri mark the price?
Create evidence. Meaning create sales evidence ke?
No. Let's say normally if let's say our subject land is under residential zoning, so our land if let's say
agriculture,
then we should do a positive adjustment, right?
Yeah. Hello. I lost your voice.
Hello.
Again.
My question is, can we? Okay, hold on. Let me restructure my sentence. Okay. Never mind. I will come back to doctor when I figure out how to ask this in sequence.
After you get your right sentence.
Okay.
Any other members and the student want to ask? But my advice, don't worry, because you are given a freedom to design your own answer.
Doctor, can we assume for the particulars, like because this is not very complete, right? Maybe the zone is not there or this and the comparable. So can we assume something like
you can assume, but you cannot create something. Let's say you think that none of my comparable is suitable, you create another one. Another one you cannot.
So maybe I assume like maybe lot 121 is under zoning or residential. Then
that one can.
Okay.
That one can. Whatever you just give a added value of the evidence that I give, then can. Or additional info, you because not stated here, you give additional info on that based on the assumption, can. But you cannot create, because of this one all not suitable, I create a lot 11. Cannot.
Okay. And actually, I have one thing I want to ask doctor about the severance and injurious affection. Actually, for the uneconomic size and uneconomic shape, is under severance, right?
No. That one is under injury, IA, injurious affection.
Injurious affection. But because I found it from the content of one of the book I used to ask senior to buy, they say wrote by you Then I see the Malay version. Then I see the size is under severance. About the size thing.
About the size cannot be under severance. Size can be under severance is the accusation. Accusation to make the two become the land become two parts. That is a severance. That is must comply first. But if the one part is the small area, then is under the can be part of the severance. But the main premise must cut into two parts. Maybe one part bigger, one part is very small. Then also part you must claim under severance also because the first action is a severance. Understand?
How? I understand. Then how about the accessibility and
Accessibility definitely injurious affection.
For
Severance,
under
you
which
must
one?
you must think the first premise of the severance
Injurious
is
or
must be it must
injurious
the
affection?
land separated into two parts. There is severance. No separation of become two parts is no severance. Fall under injurious affection. Itu saja kenalkan. How to recognize some other injurious affection ataupun severance. But injurious affection can be if the land owned by the same people, but side by side, but two lots side by side, and then the other land is taken, and then can give injury to the other land owned by the same people, can be also injurious affection, even though the next land is not affected. Clear, huh?
Yes.
Doctor, in this case, for the category of land use, if we value on the potential value basis, for the comparable which the category of land use under agriculture, and then since the zoning is building, so we make adjustment on that. But if the category of land use is fall under building and the zoning is under building also, so we if I not consider any adjustment, is it okay?
Okay, that is true. That is the principle is right. The only thing that I look into the principle is right or is not right.
But how about industry?
From there,
industry is low down.
The industry, how you going to rank the industry between which one the highest can fetch the highest value? Commercial, isn't it? After that, residential, isn't it? Then followed by the industry. Then the last one should be the agriculture. But sometimes people say the industry, and sometimes industry is equal in between. Is a bit in between the commercial and the residential. Both opinion can be accepted based on location. Sometimes the value of industry between commercial and residential, but sometimes it's below the residential. But normally commercial is the highest value. Okay?
Okay.
Any further question on this before you sit for your exam? I always wish you the best. But I just want to declare to you your question is more difficult than this one.
To what degree, Doctor?
I think another 30 to 40% difficulty from this one.
Oh, okay.
Might be 50%.
Doctor, is it similar to past year question?
This is the real past year's question. I just
I mean the Monday one.
The Monday one combinations of the past year and the new input. Okay, because I design, I have more time this year. I just give more input to make it hot, because they asked me to ask question on based on hot category. You know hot? Do you understand hot? HOT.
I order English.
Because the requirement, because online they say that the question must be hot. It's not lot.
So, Doctor, do you think that your tutorial question is what percentage?
The tutorial question can help you on the how to make you think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, today what we discussed is to make you think in the proper direction. The today's question only can make you to think. Okay, then today is to guide you to proper direction. Otherwise, you also don't know how to design your answer, isn't it? Without today input.
Yes, definitely not. Definitely not thinking of this way to answer this question. Doctor, if we just have tutorial class with us, then most probably one day we will die beautifully.
Die, you cannot be die. You cannot be die. You cannot die.
Do we need to open camera?
Whether the decision on open camera or not open camera is based on the lecturer. I think what the instruction by the Dr. Haas is valid, whatever the instruction, because we don't want to, because we receive a complaint from the EPSOC, from the student Majlis Perwakilan Pelajar says that some of the students don't have the facilities, the internet coverage, also the data, something, all sort of problem. But even though the percentage is small, the student in that category, but we still need to consider, even though only a few of them, because we cannot we must take the fair decision for everyone, regardless of whether those affected is small numbers or big numbers. Okay. But I think Dr. Has maybe, I don't know, you just ready to for the, because Dr. Has is the coordinator for this subject. I just mengajar as a partner of the teacher. Okay, clear kan? Don't worry much, sebab the only good thing about the land acquisition, that except for the Dr. Has part, my part, you don't need to learn, not really want to learn too much, because you know how to handle the problem only, how the skill to handle the problem. And so you must remember what is the matters to be considered, matters not to be considered, neglected, something, and then you must, because the relation theory already inside you, the national language also inside you. Only you have to know because if you are talking about, if I were you, just my tip is that I will remember, let's say, when talking about potential value, what the case that I need to use. Only thing. And then if I'm talking about the small area, what the case. If you're talking about, you must have a few things that's you need to remember. And then online some more, you can have your notes in front of you. Am I right by saying like that?
but this course is more on odds lah. Lecture now I don't think can help so much.
But no time to refer the notes.
Is more yes. On that part, I agree with you. It is for my part. For my part, is more on hot. If you have your notes in front of you, so not really helpful, except the act, because you want to know which section 1A, the 1A2, or something like that. That one can help a little bit. But you must know very fast how to find where the place is. But still the notes are helping. But yourself must know how to handle life. Like this is a slide in your mood court is a impromptu question from the legal advisor or something like that. Nasib baik this year Belua tak marah dengan lawyer lah. Okay, you never expect the question sometimes. Lavia, is it easy to be a Belua?
No.
Question by the legal advisor and your lawyer as well.
No. No.
It's not easy. Our profession is you must know almost everything. That's why the difficulty.
Doctor, just wonder, because I think very difficult to answer the exam question. I just wonder.
No, it's not. I must correct you. It's not very difficult. It's not very difficult to answer the question.
Quite difficult.
Doctor, I just wonder in real life, the valuer, is it they will like also difficult case for them to like something like this?
Yes, because this is something. My question is a real question because I have a practice. You know that I can remember something like this. Even sometimes you are facing more difficulty in your task in real world later on. I tak bagi you lagi soalan berkaitan dengan underground tau. Acquisition. You tahu underground? Hello?
Yes.
Not yet given to you the underground land acquisition.
Our syllabus too full already, cannot sustain another one. If underground now is included, maybe in future some more they will include the stratum acquisition and some.
Yes, the stratum, because now we have strata, we have stratum underground and then stratium both underground and air, right?
Yes, pray for future batch of BIE students.
The future batch lah. Today, this year, I intend to teach you on the stratum also, but I think that is too much for you. Because if you are face to face, then I will teach you the stratum. But because of the online, a little bit difficult. But I make sure that the question is hot. But it's not very difficult. Quite difficult might be, yes. But to some of the students, to some of students, it's easy. So easy.
Doctor, your question compared to Dr. Ha's question, which one is difficult?
I don't know Dr. Ha's question. Because Dr. has on more on the theory, the requirement of the law or something like that. Because my question is combination of the the three things. The difficulty is because of the three things: the valuation, the law, and the court case, and the valuation theory. The doctor has only the law part. Might be easy, little bit easy lah. Tapi might be ada opinion kot juga, your own opinion yang you cannot refer to any notes. Might be, I don't know. But be prepared for the hot type of question. Semua senyap saja. Kenapa?
Digest.
I very
Come by doctor. Too hard.
Jangan worry. That's why. Kalau I jadi you, I suka yang subjek-subjek macam ni give me a freedom to think, to design my answer.
Yes, we like also, but we are still haven't get used to it because to be honest with Doctor, this semester is the semester where we are teach the hot things stuff. To be honest.
Yeah.
So it's first time we approach it, so we need some time to digest. So I like this method of teaching. This is very cool and very practical.
This is a very practical, and then you will feel that you are the university students. That's why I like this kind of the answer, because the lecturer not rigid to the answer scheme. I like, if I was a student, I like this kind, but during my time, all lecturer is rely on the answer scheme. Oh, I don't. This is the kind that you can design.
Okay.
But should be okay.
I hope also.
Ya, sak-sak-soy.
Okay, tenang boleh tutup mata pun boleh buat.
Dibaca.
Sak-sak-soy, okay. That's I like the word sak-sak-soy. Kau timan, boleh kau tim.
Paktim lah.
Kau tim. You kau tim with your answer lah. Betul ya? Okay, can we end the session? Anything that you want to ask you until Monday nanti, kalau you just WhatsApp me. Kalau you have a question, whatever.
Okay.
okay.
But don't worry too much, because you are all the group hantar the good valuer. At least semua valuer tu okay lah belaka. And then the legal advisor also, the counsel also very good in asking question. Even though online, I feel that the atmosphere of the court is still there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.